Hi everybody, Dr. Fatma Zahra Salim with you, a professor in the Faculty of Education at Ain Shams University. Today we will discuss a very important topic related to your course in critical thinking, which is the court. Edward de Bono said with the court and said with the six thinking hats. We already studied in the previous lecture the six thinking hats, and today we need to discuss the court and study this valuable and this important technique in your field of study in dental work. Let us see the matter. This is Edward de Bono, who said with the court and said with the six thinking hats. Let us start with the court. By the way, court is an abbreviation or acronym. Abbreviation means, again, I said it before in our lectures, the initial letter of specific words, or the capital letter or the first letter of the specific words. So court means here cognitive research trust, or the institution that Edward de Bono established and created to train everyone or train the persons upon the creative thinking and critical thinking by said with the six courts or six fields of creativity and how to think in a creative way, to be an innovative person and to be a scientific person or academic, real scientist and real academic person. So here in the court, Edward de Bono mentioned six courts. Each court consists of 10 lessons, methods, or tools. So we have six courts, and each court consists of 10 lessons. The total of the all tools and lessons are 60 methods or 60 tools. We will stop in our study until court 2. So we will study court 1 and court 2. So we will study 20 tools and 20 methods. CORT stands for Cognitive Research Trust. Trust means here institution. CORT can also be regarded as being short for cortex, where all thinking happen or take place in the brain, right? Or in your mind. By the way, Edward de Bono specialized in many fields of study. Let us see the biography and the history of Edward de Bono. Edward de Bono nominated for the Nobel Prize for Economics in 2005. Edward de Bono is regarded by many as the leading authority or power in the field of creative thinking, innovation, and the direct teaching of thinking as a skill. When we say skill, we means I am able to do that. I am able to do anything or something. He is equally renowned. Renowned means here famous for or known with for his development of the thick thinking hats. We already studied this technique and the direct attention thinking tools. He is the originators means the founder, the main founder of the concept of lateral thinking. When I say lateral thinking means deep thinking. Which is now part of language and is listed. Listed means here included in the Oxford English Dictionary. This lateral thinking expression included in the dictionary of Oxford. Dr. De Bono was born in Malta. He obtained a master's degree in psychology. Ology means science or study. When we say psych, means the soul or the self. So psychology is the science which studies the man or the self. And physiology, the science which studies the functions of the body. From Oxford and the fellowship in medicine and also a PhD or doctoral of philosophy. from Cambridge. He has held faculty appointments, many meetings in his field of study in creative thinking at the university. He already made faculty appointments at the universities of Oxford, Cambridge, London, and Harvard. Dr. De Bono background in self-organizing system, he established a specific system of brain, led him to drive an understanding which he then applied to the neurology, the science which studies the function of your brain networks. He established systems or network of the brain. So this is the biography of the Edward de Bono and the CV of the Edward de Bono. He specialized in economics, literal thinking, creative thinking, psychology, physiology, medicine, neurology, many things that related to the human beings and how to build your personality with a clear mind and innovative mind. Now let us see the complete court thinking program, the six courts that Edward de Bono established in his court. Court 1 entitled Breadth. Breadth means here enlarge and expand your mind. Be open-minded person. Court 2 entitled Organization. It's not related organization here with the word institution. It's related to how to be an organized mind. Court 3 is interaction, how to share and interact with the other people. Court 4 means creativity. Court 5, information is information and feeling, how to gather between your attitudes and the information, the data that you will collect it to solve your problem and to innovate something new and new solutions and new alternatives to your problem. So how to gather with you attitudes, feelings, trends, and the information that you will collect. Or how to gather between objectivity and subjectivity. And the last court is action, or take action, or your decision, or your solution, but in action. Right? So we have six courses. We will stop in our course until court 2, which is the organization. So we will study only the court 1 and court 2. Let us start our court 1. By the way, today we will discuss the first 5 tools of the court 1. As we mentioned before, that each court consists of 10 lessons or 10 methods. And we will study today only the first 5 tools of the court 1. So the title of court 1 is breadth, or expand, or enlarge, or broaden your mind. Each of the lesson in court lessons means here methods, techniques, tools. In court 1 is designed to encourage post students to broaden their thinking, to broaden their mind. In the thinking of post children and adults, the dominant means here the common fault or mistake is often the tendency to take too narrow view, to look only of one dimension, not the others dimensions or the others angles. So here, to take too narrow view, an example of this would be to take up an instant judgment. Instant means here stable, stable judgment, stable decision, stable opinion. position on an issue without examining, diagnosing all the factors involved before you reach or make a decision. So you don't examine or diagnose enough the problem or the reasons behind the problem or the issue or the project. So you take an instant judgment or decision or position and not move to the real or clear solution to your problem. So this is the idea of the CORT1, which is breadth or expand and enlarge and be flexible mind. So we have, as we said before, we have uh, 10 lessons or 10 methods of each court. Breadth thinking tools, we have 10 lessons. We will study the part one of these 10 methods, and we will study in the next lecture inshallah, the second part. So we need to study today the first part, the first 5 tools, and in the next lecture, inshallah, we will study the second part. Let us see the 10 tools at first, then we will focus today on the first 5 tools. The 10 tools or the 10 methods of the CORT1 is BMI, it's an abbreviation again, plus minus interest. CAF, again abbreviation, consider all factors. Number 3, the tool number 3 is rules or principles. The C&S, again abbreviation, consequences and sequel. AGO, aims, goals, objectives, again abbreviation. So this is the first part. Let us see the second part, planning. FIB, abbreviation of first important priorities. ABC, abbreviation of alternatives, possibilities, and choices. Decisions or decisions not. And the last tool in this court is OBV. It's an abbreviation of others people's views. Let us discuss the first part, the first 5 tools, BMI, CAF or CAF, rules, C&S, and AGO. The first tool or method or technique of the CORT1 is BMI. BMI is an abbreviation of plus minus interest. Plus means here add. Add the good things of your ideas, factors, reasons. Why you like this idea? Why you like this reason, this factor? Minus means here avoid, delete, eliminate the bad things about the idea. Why you don't like it, and say to yourself and ask yourself why you didn't like these things. I means focus on or interest. What you find interesting about an idea, or what are the factors that I should focus on. Instead of saying I like, I dislike this idea, you can use the BMI. This is make you a flexible mind and easy to take and easy to know everything and to get information about your problem. So instead of just saying that you like an idea or don't like an idea, you can use the BMI technique. When you use the BMI, you give the good points or strong points first, then the bad points, as you should mention the positives, then mention the negatives of the thinking or of the thoughts or the things that you studied, and then the points that are neither good nor bad but are interesting you will focus on. You can use the BMI as a way of treating ideas and proposals, right? You can treat your ideas, you can suggest some ideas and propose some ideas and new ideas and make a combination between the old ideas and the new ideas to create or the available ideas to create new ideas and new solutions to your problem, right? So this is the tool of BMI plus add or mention the good thinking or good points of your problem. Minus means delete or avoid, and interest what you find interesting in your idea. Let us move to the second tool of the CORT1, which is a very important tool, CAF or consider all factors. When you study anything, you should know everything about this thing or this matter or this project. The factors involved related to or the reasons related to directly or indirectly with your problem. So CAF, it's an abbreviation of consider all factors or reasons behind your issue or project or problem in the broad meaning. When you have to choose or make a decision. So what's a decision? The ability to select from the options. I have many choices, I have many options, and I select the proper option that fit my reality and fit my problem. So decision or just think about something. There are always many factors that you have to consider. Consider means here to put into your mind. If you leave out means here avoid. If you avoid or delete or don't mention the some factors or some factors, you will reach to your results early, but it's not clear result, it's not clear conclusion and fake conclusion. If you leave out, avoid some of these factors, reasons, your choice may seem right at the same time or at the time. It appear to be clear or correct, but will later on, when you apply it in your context, turn out to be wrong. It's fake or wrong decision or wrong result because you missed specific factors or reasons and don't or didn't mention it in your steps or in your solution or in your analysis to your problem. When you are looking at other people thinking, you can try and see what factors they have left out. You can test the others' points of view or the others' thoughts by knowing their results and decisions, and you can easily find that they left out some specific and important factors that which will affect upon their decisions and their results. So CAF is very important to know everything about your problem and about your issue which is under discussion. So this is the second tool. The first one was the PMI and the second one is CAF or consider all factors. The third tool or method is rules. You need to put your rules, to put your guidelines, to put your principles, to put your code of ethics to achieve your goal and to reach to your results in a proper way. So rules means basic on or based on the previous two tools, which is BMI and CAF, you should establish your own rules or principles, such as commitment, infection control in your field of study, communication skills, proper tools or instruments, many things that you need to use or to put into your consideration and to put regulation to yourself and to your thinking and to your mind. The basic purpose means here goal and principles involved, and you will draw this together by using the first two lessons or the first two methods. So this is what we say the principles or values or code of ethics that you should establish to achieve your goal. The tool number 4 is very important because it's related to the prediction and related to the forecasting of your forthcoming results and findings or solution to your problem. So it's related to the consequences and sequel or C and S. Consequences and sequels. Consequences means the results, the findings, and sequel. You should predict and forecast and foresee your results before it happened. Because if you know before the results, if you forecast with your results and consequences of your solution or alternative, you will adjust and control your environment, your context, and will be very important and very applicable ideas and results. Let us see. Consequences and sequel. Let us see an example. The invention of the petrol engine made possible automobiles, airplane, the oil industry, and so this is the consequences and this is the results of this invention. So what is the sequel now? A great deal of pollution. If all the consequences, if all the results of all the solutions of the problem, if all the invention could have been foreseen, if you know before and predict before applying this invention or this solution, could have been foreseen or predict at the time, electric or steam engines might have been used in cars. So to save your environment, to save your context, to create applicable solutions, and you should predict firstly with your consequences and sequel of your solution and of your results. A new invention, a plan, a rule of or a decision all have consequences that go on for a long time. So you need any new invention, any new solution, any creative or innovative idea. Before you apply it in your context, you should predict and foresee the consequences and sequel of this and the impact of this solution or this alternative upon your environment, right? So this is the tool number 4. The tool number 1 was BMI. The tool number 2 was CAF or consider or factor. The tool number 3 was rules, and the tool number 4 was C and S. Let us see the last one today of the first part of CORT1, which is the last tool of the CORT1 is AGO. The last tool of the first part of CORT1. So what's the title of CORT1 is breadth or expand or broaden your mind. So the last tool is in the first part of the 10 tools or the first part of the CORT1 is AGO, aims, goals. Aims and goals are the same meaning. I need to achieve something by setting specific goals according to the priorities or my priorities. I need to finish my study in oral and dental medicine. So this is the first goal. Then move to the second one to search for a specific and proper job. The third goal to establish my family. right? So we have my goals or our goals according to our priorities or important things that come first in our life. Then objective. Objective, this is the end. I need to be happy. I need to be global dentist. So this is the end of your goals. You can do something out of habit, out of traditions, because everyone do these things, or as a reply or a reaction of or as a response of a specific situation. So you have reasons to do these things according to the situations. But it's time now to put specific purposes or goals or aim to achieve what you need. It can help you your thinking if you know exactly. I need to know exactly. I need to determine my goals, what you are trying to achieve. So I need to achieve something. I need to put specific goals to achieve these goals. It can also, so you should establish your SMART goals. SMART means it's an abbreviation of specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Again, you need to set your SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. It can also help you to understand, by the way, if you know yourself, if you put your goals, you can easily know the other people's suits and the other types of personalities, because the suits and the goals reflect the personality or the type of personalities. It can also help you to understand the other people's thinking if you can see their objectives. By the way, as we said before, in certain situation or specific situations, the words aims and goals are equal, are more appropriate than the objectives, but the all has or have the same meaning, or the meaning is the same, right? So we have in the first part of the CORT1, which entitled breadth, 5 key tools or 5 methods. Number 1, BMI. 2, CAF or consider all factors. 3, rules. Number 4, C and S, consequences and sequel. And the last one today is AGO. So you have a workshop or you have a small activity to do by applying these 5 tools in your field of study in dental work. So the activity that you should do, how you can apply these 5 tools in your dental work. Please do this activity and submit it on your Google Classroom. Thank you so much, dear. See you, inshallah, in the next lecture with the second part of the CORT1. Thank you so much. Bye bye.